Hey, what's going on, everybody? In this video, we're going to be doing a book review of a crazy, weird Western, and it is The Six Gun Tarot by R.S. Belcher. And let me just say, weird does not even begin to describe it. That is, like, the perfect name for a subgenre, to be honest, a weird Western. I have no idea what was going on through half the book. Let me just read, like, one of the reviews on the back. A steampunked romp through a mythic West drenched in blood and magic. Any book containing pirates, Armageddon, fallen angels, talking coyotes, and two entirely different ancient cults is clearly not your average Western. The Six Gun Tarot delivers. And that's not even half the stuff that's like crazy and weird in this book. Like literally, it's just insanity. It's like the only thing I can describe it as. Literally we have basically zombie-ish things. We have like a tentacle porn monster. We have like the end of the world by this tentacle thingy. I don't even know what is going on. But anyways, let's just get right into it. Let's start with some of the stuff I didn't like. Okay, first of all, there's too many points of view. We have Jim Nigri, the main, I say the main character, but like I said, there's so many points of view that no one really has too much. But he's probably, like, I guess the central figure, I guess you could say. And he's a 15-year-old boy who is running from the law from his past, way back in the East. And he has arrived in this town called Golgotha, if that doesn't tell you anything, in Nevada on the edge of this, like, crazy desert. So, yeah. So he's the first one. We also have John Highfather, the local sheriff, who he's kind of rumored to not be able to die, though he doesn't seem to have any powers. He's just, he's been, like, hanged, like, 3 times, and, it's just always, like, snaps and stuff like this. So he hasn't died yet. There's also Mutt, the Indian deputy to the sheriff. There's also Maud Stapleton, middle-aged woman who has trained in one of these, like, secret cult, secret society things, and has many particular skills. Let's see, there's also Otis, the butcher. There's Augie, the shopkeeper, who has kept his dead wife in a tank, and she's still kind of alive because he has help from Clay, like some secret, like, steampunk necromancer inventor guy. There's also Deerfield, one of the mining managers in a nearby mine. There's Malachi Bick, the owner of the most prosperous saloon in the town. There's Bika, like an angel who's observing things on Earth. And I'm probably missing a couple others, but yeah, that just gives you a, kind of a good overview of what's going on. But like I said, and all these people are pretty, like, crazy and insane as well. Like, for example, Mutt, the Indian deputy, is, like, somehow part coyote or something. He doesn't, like, shift like a werewolf, but his father is literally a talking coyote, so, There's so many points of view that you don't really get to know too many of the characters well at all. But they're all, like, super unique, and you kind of wish there was just, like, more backstory to, like, all of them. Only, like, 3 or 4 get anything of a backstory, and you just want them, like, more fleshed out, but hopefully maybe in the next 2 books in the series, maybe some of them will. Something else I didn't like too much about the book is there's a lot of philosophical, theological overtones, in the sense that you get, like, perspectives of, like, angels before, like, having conversations and stuff literally before and during sort of all the events that are happening, and it just kind of felt a little out of place. I can see why they're in there, I guess, but I felt like they probably didn't really need to be, I guess you could say. I think part of it was sort of to enhance the power of this tentacle monster voidling thingy that can, destroy the universe and all that stuff. Lastly, one of the things I didn't like about the book was the part of the ending and the resolution to the conflict. Part of it is up to Jim, since he's kind of like the central character, and he's holding this eye which he inherited from his father, who lost his regular eye in the Civil War and was given that by some Chinese guys. And it just happens to be, like, this really powerful, like, magical artifact. And anyways, obviously Jim uses it, but it's not really clear at all how this, like, without giving away anything, it's not really clear how or when he uses it, how it actually does anything. It's not even the fact that, using it doesn't really make much sense either. But it's literally what he actually does do with it. It's like super unclear as to how that helped anything. But anyways, that's hard to explain, I guess, without giving anything away. But let's go on to some of the good stuff I did like. First of all, I did like the dialogue in the book. It does sound pretty authentic, and it was very unique. Everyone has their own sort of perspective. I mean, there's sort of, native Westerners, and there's, those who move out west to the desert town of Golgotha. There's also even, like, German immigrants and stuff. There's also good implementation of, like, Chinese folklore and Native American folklore in the story as well. And everyone just kind of meshes together really well into this sort of melting pot that is Golgotha, Nevada. And I thought that was pretty unique, and that was pretty good. I will say, despite all like the crazy things that are going on, like I said, there's the tentacle monster, there's like zombie-ish type things, and there's like, magic and a partially resurrected woman. Of course, not many people know about her or anything, but it all seems to still work. Like, it gets to the point where things don't actually seem out of place, if that makes sense. So overall, I did enjoy the book. I do wish things were a little more fleshed out, because I was sort of just like rolling with it. I really wasn't getting that much of what was going on, but it was definitely really, really entertaining. I'm hoping in the next 2 volumes, and the next one being Shotgun Arcana, I'm hoping that the characters that remain or get more fleshed out, I guess, and you learn a little bit more about them and how they sort of develop, or how they have developed in the past, I guess you could say. I'm hoping that might make me like the books even more. But yeah, for the most part, I just enjoy this more for the sort of silly entertainment value. But that's probably no mean feat considering how crazy it was. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed the book a lot for its entertainment value. But anyways, overall, I'm going to give the book Six Gun Tarot 3.5 out of 5 stars. And always remember, read victoriously.